Most guys think they need to be starving themselves to lose fat or even just do hours of cardio because that's exactly what they see on social media. But my client Nick is about to prove you wrong. He lost 30 pounds in indefinite improvement, and I'm going to be breaking down exactly how he did it in the course of 3 months. What is going on? My name is Harman Chima, and I am an online fitness coach who helps men that are insecure go from fat to being fit and confident. This is my client right here, Nick, and he lost 30 pounds without giving up his lifestyle or even just sacrificing pretty much anything. As you can see, same mirror, same lighting, but a different person. So just a little bit of a background story as to who Nick actually is. Nick, he's also 19. He's a pizza delivery guy and he worked a nighttime shift. He was delivering pizzas every single night. It was summer vacation. He had no classes, so he was mostly just saving up his money and just working a lot throughout the day. But some of the things he was struggling with when he first came to me was he always felt tired. He was low on energy. He felt disappointed because he didn't have any direction of his life. He felt disappointed in himself every time he looked in the mirror, knowing he was meant for more, and he lacked confidence. He tried doing it on his own, and he would see a little bit of progress, but then he would just get stuck and go back to his old habits because he had no direction. So when Nick first came to me, this was one of the first messages I even sent him as soon as I got him onboarded, and he knew he had to change. He said, I need this. I can't stop eating unhealthy food. So right then and there, I knew he was going to be committed to making a change because he was disappointed. As you can see, he knew he had to stop, but he couldn't figure out how exactly to do it. And when you acknowledge the fact that you need to change, that's exactly when you start improving and going in the right direction. Before we even got started working together, he knew he had to make a change. He was already making progress mentally. So as soon as I got to know Nick's situation a little bit better, we just started incorporating the small little changes. No extreme cardio, no extreme dieting. I programmed everything to his lifestyle. He started going for more walks. He started hitting 10,000 steps, as you can see. He starts walking around when work isn't busy. So he still had the daytime and he was still walking while at his job, and he was hitting the 10,000 steps, as you can see. Before, he was barely getting any steps. Now, on average, he was getting those 10K steps. So far, you're taking more steps than you normally do. That's it. No extreme cardio, nothing crazy, just getting more steps in and getting more movement. Moving on to the meals as well. Nothing crazy either. I was still letting him eat the foods he wanted to. He enjoyed eating beef and rice, and he actually liked it. So I started having him meal prep his favorite foods. Now, the reason why meal prep is so important, but it's not necessary, is because in Nick's situation, like I said, he was working a nighttime job. Nighttime is when usually all the cravings happen. And as you can see, he was craving a pizza. And unfortunately, he was a pizza driver. He couldn't change that. That was his job. He was a nighttime pizza delivery guy. So not only was he craving pizza, he was delivering them at night. But as you can see, he said, I don't want to ruin any progress. He knew that his progress was worth more than the pizza. So right then and there, mentally, he already started getting better. That's exactly why I had him meal prep. He listened to my advice of meal prepping and taking the initiative and the time so that when he always had these meals with him at night when he was delivering pizza, he wasn't craving it because he had the meals ready to go with him. And just a few weeks later, I got this message, but he broke his plateau. Like I said earlier, Nick was stuck. He didn't know what exactly to do, and he weighed in below 190. He couldn't even believe it himself. I just weighed in at 189.6. I can't believe it. In over a year of trial and error, and he finally saw progress after just incorporating small changes to his daily routine, and he broke his plateau. That's exactly what happens when you acknowledge the fact that you are stuck and you need to change something. Right after that milestone, though, other milestones started happening as well, as you can see right here. He's on vacation, but he doesn't want to ruin the progress he made, so he's going to get a good amount of steps in every single day, which is something that he wasn't already doing. But now he's going to start doing it. And within just a few weeks, he started seeing his bicep veins. Now, you might have never experienced what it's like to see your veins, but I can tell you right now from personal experience and from my client's experience, it is one of the best feelings in the world. And obviously he texted me about it. Even though it seems like a singular vein, I promise you right now, it is one of the best feelings to experience as a man. And that is exactly why he mentally started getting stronger as well. The progress he saw was all he needed to temporarily just motivate him to keep going and stay on track. I literally told him on vacation that he could have a little bit of food if he wanted to because I didn't want to restrict him. But as you can see in this bottom message right here, he genuinely enjoys dieting and eating right because it makes him feel good. He feels good, his energy is high, he doesn't feel tired, he feels good about himself mentally and physically, and that's why he never even thinks about the junk food like he used to eat. Because he sees the progress. The progress is a better feeling than the junk food he eats temporarily. And not only is that physically good for him because he's going to stay on track, he's just mentally getting stronger. That's it. He's mentally and physically getting stronger by just incorporating small changes to his daily routine. This whole time, nothing extreme, just moving more throughout the day, meal prepping his favorite foods that he always has food with him, and that's it. That's all it took. This picture right here he took in the gym, he felt confident enough to do that because he made a transformation by just incorporating these small changes. That's exactly how he was able to lose the 30 pounds in 3 months. There is a clear difference. Even though Nick felt uncomfortable taking that first picture when we first started, now he actually is glad. As you can see, he really appreciates the help. His confidence is way higher. He doesn't hate the way he looks anymore. And he actually got the push he needed to lose the weight because he was stuck for over a year. Same lighting, same pose, different person though. He did the same routine every single day and he lost the weight, and his confidence, his energy, everything just went up. He experienced benefits only. And as you can see, another mental win. We ain't done yet though. He is still striving for more. He is trying to now get shredded. That wasn't even the goal in the beginning of when we first started. He just wanted to start being healthy again and be fit and confident with himself. Now he wants to get shredded. He's on a different journey now, and he's going to continue to get better and better. This is exactly how I coach all my clients. Nothing extreme, something sustainable that they can stick to on a daily basis, because that is exactly how you're going to stick to it. Consistent results is going to be always 10 times better than trying to find a perfect routine. The perfect routine is something that you can stick to on a daily basis, and that's exactly what I found for Nick, which allowed him to lose the 30 pounds in 3 months and experience all those benefits. Now, instead of me just telling you how losing 30 pounds pretty much just changed his life, I'll just let you watch and listen as to exactly how. All right, man. What's up? How's it going so far?
Good, how about you?
Not too bad. So what I wanted to basically ask you was, we just talk it out, see how, your whole life has changed. But before we even get into that, kind of just introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you do, just a little background history about yourself, man. Obviously, your name is Nick. So where are you from again? You said Virginia?
Yeah, I'm from Virginia.
All right. And what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking now?
So when I graduated, I went to work at Domino's to deliver pizzas, and I stayed there for a while, and now I'm working at Gold's, and I plan on going to school this fall. So yeah, just trying to figure my life out,
Okay.
in
So
that weird stage.
yeah, I get you on that. So obviously, I post, fitness content on social media, specifically Instagram. What was the first point for you where you were like, I'm gonna drop this guy a follow? Like, why did you drop me a follow? Let's just get that. Like, why did you decide to follow me? Let's just start with there.
Yeah, so I think I think I saw one of your reels. I'm not sure which one it was, but I think I read it, and it's just like some sort of realization hit me. I think it was this one reel you had that went viral. It was you only live once, so don't waste it being fat. Okay. I think it was that one. I think that's what made me follow you. And I kept watching some of your reels. I was like, man, this guy says the truth,
Yeah.
This guy says it straight up. And those thoughts were starting to hit me, man, and just,
Okay. So can you describe to me what was your life like before you started seeing my content, or just fitness in general? Like, what was your just average day looking like with your physique, like with anything relating to fitness, like your body, just how would you describe your life to me?
Um, Man, I'll tell you what, I had the worst eating habits ever. Like, I did not know how to control my hunger, and I would just go on these like really bad binge cycles, especially when I was like dealing with like stuff in my personal life. I would just go on these really bad binge cycles, just constantly shove down Takis, McDonald's, all this crappy food. I would just eat it all the time, and I felt like shit all the time, but I was just like, I don't know, I knew my body wasn't in the right place too, but I was just like, I'll do something about it one day, you know?
Yeah. So
That's what we
what?
all think, is I'll do something about it one day, but or not everyone has that day, you know?
Yeah. So would you say it was more of like a big appetite thing, or like you were just bored, or like it was like stress eating or emotional eating?
Yeah, I think it was more like bored and like stress eating and stuff and not knowing how else to like make myself feel better about stuff. I would just eat and hope it like washes away what's going on outside, you know?
Yeah. So you mentioned like you always felt like crap after you eat all that food. Like, why did it make you feel like crap? Like, did it affect your personal life, like when you went to work, or just your relationships? Like, what did it really major, affect you?
I mean, there's a lot. Like, I mean, for one, when you eat terrible food like that, it's just gonna naturally make you feel like crap, especially when you eat a lot of it, like I did, right?
Yeah.
And I think like people like notice that, like, cause I had gone from being skinny fat back to fat, and people were starting to realize I was gaining a lot of weight, and it would kind of hit me when someone would be like, I don't know. I don't really remember like the exact comments people would make, but like just people like say some stuff like you know what I mean. Like people would like say stuff about how you look
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
It sticks
And
with you.
also like I mean, yeah, and when I would go out to eat with people, I mean, I would get like a lot of food and people would like just be laughing at me and stuff. And
Yeah.
I guess back then I didn't really care because like food was everything to me, but I mean now I kind of realize like how sad that was. That I would just eat that much food
Yeah.
everywhere I went.
Okay. So just being bored and, not really caring that much back then. That was kind of like the lifestyle back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how long was that going on for? Like, how long were you dealing with that problem?
Probably like probably a year. Like I'd say like back in 2020, early 2024, I had started trying to go to the gym, but I didn't really like take it seriously, and I was still kind of eating like crap. And then like some stuff happened, and I just stopped going to the gym. I just stayed home all day eating, and just I lived that terrible lifestyle of just eating and playing games and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, if the problem was going on for like a year, you would say, how did you, well, you already said how, but like, what do you think the biggest, frustration was or struggle in that year, about not being in the body you wanted and constantly, emotionally eating? What was like the worst thing that you felt during that one year?
just looking at myself in the mirror, like I hated the way I looked. I mean, my face was fat. I had like all my fat like went into my stomach. Like I didn't really get like wide. I just got like a little bit of a gut. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I hated seeing that in the mirror. And it would even poke through shirts too, and I hated that. And my friends would point that stuff out too to me
So that
and
was like
stuff like that.
it was frustrating.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So transitioning from, that going on for a year, what was like the point where it's like, I need to change now? Like, I got to do something. Because obviously you reached out to me, but what was that like? What was the thoughts you were having, the realization where you were like, it's time to change? It's been a year. I can't keep doing this. What was that turning point for you?
I wouldn't really say there's a specific turning point. I would just say like all the comments, like the backhanded comments about me gaining weight and stuff and being fat, just started getting to me more and more as I started hearing it more. Because like I would see someone that I haven't seen for a while, and they would make a comment like, "Oh, you've gained weight" or something like that. And I think the more I was hearing that, the more it like made me mad. Like it made me tired of hearing that shit. And there's I guess a random day came where I was just like, I need to stop.
Yeah, so like just the comments just got to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have any hesitations then, or like was there like a point where it was like, should I really go for this guy, or like was it like I'm all in, I'm all committed, this is for me? Like obviously people have hesitations, people are like, I got to think about it, should I really start, committing to this goal now? But for you, what was that like? Were you like all in the second of, or like you had to think about it for like, certain amount of time before you actually made the decision to commit to the actual program?
I'd say I kind of just like went all in because I feel like I was tired of like telling myself, "Oh, I'll do it. I'll start this day or I'll start this day," you know? And I feel like I feel like I told myself like I just need to do this shit. So I
Yeah.
just said yes and everything went from there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think most people struggle with the fact that they keep thinking like their current self, and the difference between, the people that are actually successful like you are is you started thinking like your future self instead of your current self. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you think, when you came to when you first started, did you, was that something that you were originally looking for? Like you got everything you wanted out of it?
Like
Like when it comes to the
when we
program,
first started working together.
yeah, like when you first came to the program and you decided to go all in, when you first started seeing the first few weeks, is that something that you were originally looking for and you knew like you came to the right place, you made the right decision?
Yeah, I mean, the progress spoke for itself, to be honest. Like, when I started seeing the progress more and more and more, I was like, yeah, I'm in the zone. Like, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
So I feel like when the progress started coming and like everything was working, like that's just when I knew like it's going well. Like this is what I needed.
Yeah. And was anything like extreme, or like would you say it was like specifically for you? Like obviously you came to me because you saw your current self in my old self, but the things that you were doing to become that better version of yourself, would you say, it was so hard or so extreme, or like something you could actually adhere to and actually stick to on a daily basis?
No, it wasn't extreme at all. Like it was really the simplest stuff. Like just walking more, getting the right amount of food in, getting your protein in. Like that's something like is like just very simple, and a lot of people who have like the slightest bit of time could fit into their lifestyle. Like even if you don't have time, like let's say you're at work, like like this is what I would do when I was at work and it was slow. I would just walk around just to get some more steps in. Like it's just like there's small things that you can add to your lifestyle that don't take too much time that can go a long way. And I feel like that's what you taught me, and that's what really helped me become better.
Yeah. Did you think that you were going to be doing like extreme dieting or a lot of cardio and being in the gym like 6 days a week for 2 hours? Is that like the thought process you had, or like were you, thinking it was going to be different?
Yeah, to be honest, I would say I was probably a little scared when like before you gave me the program and everything. I was like a little scared because like it was a 3 month program, right? And I don't know, to me, I just thought like there's no way I'm gonna be able to get in shape for in 3 months. Like he's gonna have me doing some crazy shit. But I mean 3 months can really make a difference. It's crazy.
I know, right? So obviously you lost 30 pounds in 3 months, and before you tried losing, 20 pounds on your own, what was the biggest, like wow factor, the difference? Because you said you lost 20 pounds and it was very hard. It was very unsustainable because you were literally starving yourself and doing hours of cardio. And then you come to me, you're doing way less work. It's way easier. It's way more simple. And you lost 30 pounds in 3 months, which is more and faster. What would you say, what are your thoughts around that? Like, is that like, how do you react to that information, knowing you did that?
It's crazy. I mean, when I tell other people that too, I mean they think it's crazy too. And I know we haven't talked about this yet, but this is something I want to bring up. It's crazy how much like people actually notice like when you look different. Like the most random people that like I don't talk to for a while, like the most random people like tell me that I look different.
People notice, the most random people.
Yeah. So like the most random people that like I barely ever talk to will make a comment about how like I look different. Like the other day I got a haircut and my barber was like, "You look really different." and I mean, it could have been like because I grew my hair out a lot, but I think it was probably that and also like me looking a lot slimmer and healthier. You know, and like it's just like a lot of people have said it. Like I've said something about it. Like my girlfriend's friend, who like I never talk to, she says something about it. Like some family members who I don't see very often, they've said stuff. Like just it's crazy. I mean, it makes you feel really good too. Like it's a bit of an ego boost, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, you earned it though. That's the thing. You worked for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
these 30 pounds that you've lost in these last 3 months, what have you noticed 30 pounds later and 3 months later that you weren't experiencing a year ago? Well, let's just not focus on the year ago because we already talked about that. Let's just talk about the 3 month difference. What are you noticing now that you weren't noticing 3 months ago? What has changed? I remember you saying in the beginning when we first started, you felt really tired and you didn't really have that much energy. But has that changed now? Losing these, 30 to 50 pounds, has that changed, your energy and the way you perform in life?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Like, I say in the gym, especially when I first started out, like, I would get so gassed, like after half my workout, I would just be gassed. And I guess being in the gym, like going to the gym, like 4 or 5 days a week does help with that. Like, you get used to it.
Yeah.
But also, like, just being in better shape, like, I would say helps with that tremendously too,
Yeah. And earlier you mentioned like certain friendships, relationships, those things change as well. How is that different now compared to back then? Can you go?
I mean, I feel like people.
Yeah, I mean, I know you went.
Like.
Sorry, I know you went like a little bit of in depth as to your barber and your girlfriend, but just more specifically, how people treated you back then versus how people treat you now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I feel like I get more respect from, like, I don't know if this is really true or not, but I feel like it's true. I feel like I get more respect from strangers, especially, like, being in better shape versus being out of shape. I feel like people, like, want, I don't know. I don't even know if this is true or not. I don't know if I'm just like kind of talking on my ass.
No, you're good. Trust me. I've been in your shoes, and I want you to say it because everyone else wants to hear it from you as well. Most people are too scared to admit it, but the thing is, when you admit it, people can relate. So people want to relate to your story. So what is it genuinely that is scary and you don't want to admit?
I don't know. I feel like, especially from women, I feel like you get more respect when you're in better shape versus when you're out of shape.
Yeah.
And I would say men too. Like, especially, like, my family members who are men, like, like especially the ones that are out of shape, they seem to like kind of look up to you, like when you go from being out of shape to being in shape.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just a little something I noticed.
When you say other people started noticing, like your barber and like your girlfriend or even like your family members or certain friends, how does that make you feel? Does it affect your
It makes me feel
confidence?
like amazing. Like it's good to see that I'm not the only one that like notices my own progress. You know, like it's good to see that other people notice it too.
Okay. That's honestly insane. It's just like most people when they want to lose, weight or fat in general, it's just to be more happy, but they don't notice all these other benefits you didn't even know you would experience these benefits or, changes in your life. Did you? Did you expect them to happen at all?
Not really. I mean, it wasn't really something I thought about back then. Back then, I just thought, oh, I want to be happy with the way I look. You know.
Yeah, but then
And
it just changed, right? It just got even better than you
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Okay. So just to basically, just about wrap it up, what would you say to someone who was in a similar position as you were in and, they're on the fence to even, think about starting their weight loss journey or they're thinking about getting into it, but they're scared? What would you say to that person? What would your,
Just fucking do it.
just do it?
Just fucking do it. That's all you need to do is just do it. Just start, and everything will come from there.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear. And if someone's like, thinking in the back of their head, like, what if people make fun of me for doing this? What if people, stop talking to me? What if people, stop hanging out with me or inviting me places? Like, what would you say to those people that are on the fence, but they're just scared? Because in your situation, it was more of like I'm tired of this, I'm tired of getting people, saying comments about me. I'm tired of what I see in the mirror. But like some people don't even start because they know they have to give up certain things. What would you say to those people that think they have to give up certain things or go do all this hard extra stuff when in reality you did the most simplest stuff and got insane results? What would you say to those people that are scared to get into it?
I mean, I feel like there's no reason to be scared. I mean, it's not as hard as some people like make it out to be. I mean, getting in shape really isn't that hard. I mean, you just gotta start.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear. So, do you think, touching back just on this question about, the investment and how, you weren't really hesitant or, you were actually committed, do you feel like the investment was worth it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the results speak for themselves. And this isn't to say that, like, like the results were like mainly because of you. I mean, you helped me a lot, but it's also about like what I did, like the work I did. You know what I'm saying? Like people like shouldn't buy your program expecting you to like hold their hand and like wake them up in the morning and you tell them, oh, go get your steps in. Like it's all about like you give the structure and then the buyer has to execute. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I love to hear, man. So I think that's pretty much all the questions I had.
Just please edit out my stuttering, because
Now I mean,
again, I'm a bad talker. Like,
yeah,
I would never do anything related to public speaking ever in my life.
it's all good, man. I always, want to make sure I'm keeping this as authentic and, personable as possible. And I think I covered everything I needed to. So just to wrap it up, 30 pounds in 3 months, your whole life has changed. That's really that, it's pretty much it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stop. If you want to make the same transformation like my client did and experience all those benefits from going insecure and fat to being fit and confident, and you want to basically experience it just like how all my other clients are in the program, DM me on Instagram or fill out the link in my bio to see if you qualify, and then I'll see if you're a good fit and we can go from there.